Welcome to CSR Connect. Just recently, an email was issued to all staff members requesting everyone to dress up in a different culture. Today, we are out and about, and these are some of the people that we found. Take a look.
I'm wearing a hakama in G. It's a traditional Japanese martial arts uniform. The reason I like Japanese people so much is that there are three words that represent them perfectly. It's honor, integrity, and respect. I've had the fortunate experience of having to visit Japan, and the people are just simply amazing.
I'm wearing the Zulu traditional attire, and what I like about it is the fact that it's bright, it's vibrant, and also that I've seen Zulu people are very deeply rooted in their culture. I find that there's no compromise. They stick to what they know and what they believe.
I'm wearing a traditional handmade dress that I recently bought in Kenya while I was there for a visit with work. What I love about the Kenya people, they are very down to earth, they are very humble, they are very family orientated people, and they are such nice people to interact with.
I'm wearing a traditional Venda shirt. I love it. It's so bright, it's so spring. And one thing that I love about Venda people, besides the dress code itself, is very colorful. I think it's more like a representation of a rainbow nation. Venda people, you bring them to Johannesburg. They'll be speaking all the languages spoken in Johannesburg. However, I think it's still slightly a little bit difficult for me to learn the language because, when they speak to me, the language itself is more like it's singing lullabies to me. It's so mesmerizing, I actually lose focus and I cannot even learn.
The attire that I have on is the Ndebele. The reason why I chose that is because of the respect that the people have for their bodies and for their families. They cover themselves as a symbol of respect.
I'm wearing an international African print. Having had the opportunity to interact with majority of Africans in the SADC regions, I actually realized that they are very much similar to everyone in the countries that I've traveled. And that being the case, I regard myself as an international African.
I'm wearing shweshwe, and I'm wearing shweshwe because when I came to CSIR, it was a big print, and then everybody was wearing it, and that's where I connected to the shweshwe.
I'm wearing an African dress because I'm every African. This is an attire that I found on the market in Accra, Ghana. Like every other Bantu, I have my origins in West Africa, and I am a direct descendant of the great Mwenemtapa or Monomotapa people of Zimbabwe, the architects of the great Zimbabwe. I have found my intellectual home here in South Africa, and I'm now part of the fabric that enriches the society that the great country of South Africa is today.
I am wearing the traditional Xhosa attire. The reason I chose Xhosa is because if I look at the people that I know in the Xhosa tribe, they are very warm, they are very respectful, and they have got very rich traditions that they stick to as a Xhosa tribe, so I love that about them.
So I'm wearing a shirt from Tanzania, from Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. And the reason I chose it is I lived there 2 years after I graduated from undergrad. And the culture of Tanzania, even to this day when I think about it, just makes me feel warm and happy. It was the most welcoming and the most accepting culture that I had lived in. But people were really welcoming and made me feel at home.
I'm wearing broadly a Nguni outfit for the ladies. Why I chose it is my colleagues told me that this would be a nice outfit for me. And what I really enjoyed about doing this is how my colleagues and I can grow closer to each other by tying the duk, and it helps me to also understand their culture and their challenges so much better.
I'm wearing traditional Arab clothing. This here is called a jubba and a kurta and a traditional Arab headscarf. Arab culture can be alluded to extreme friendliness, hospitality, and lifestyle patterns that are common with wonderful night markets and traditional dances and music and the best of food dishes.
I'm wearing an Indian attire. It is called a Punjabi. So what I like about this attire, actually about Indian clothing altogether, is the colorfulness that is there. As you can see, this attire that I'm wearing is colorful and it's full of detail. What I like about Indian people is that they are very authentic people. They've been in South Africa for more than a century. and they have never lost their tradition, they have never lost their culture.
I'm wearing a kikoi from Kenya and my jewelry is all from Kenya. And what I love about it are the colours, the incredible colours, and it represents for me the country that I adore.
And that's a wrap from all of us here at CSR Connect. Have a lovely long weekend.